Hey guys, welcome to Vaughn on Movies. I'm your host Vaughn Fry, and as you can see, the video is not really working. My MacBook Pro is in the shop. Some people are speculating that I have a curse on it from my review of Drag Me to Hell. Anyhow, here is my review of Disney-Pixar's Up. Carl Fredricksen, voiced by Ed Asner, is a grumpy old man, a recent widower, and he's living in a changing environment where industrialized buildings are coming up around his neighborhood, and he wants to preserve his house, which was the last place where his beloved Ellie had resided. While looking back at their past, he realizes that something she'd wanted as a child was to have her house move to Paradise Falls, a near mythical location that a discoverer who they looked up to as kids had chronicled his adventures. So, Carl takes off, rigging up his house with balloons. Everything goes up in the air, and this kid in the neighborhood who's trying to collect some merit badges ends up tagging along, and his name is Russell. Russell's willing to get involved because he wants this merit badge for aiding the elderly, and he's willing to do just about anything for it. And that's all great, and overall, there isn't really anything to complain about with this movie. It did seem to me at one point that their goal to get the house to Paradise Falls was a little easier than they kind of made it. Like, it seemed like they landed pretty close to the spot where they needed to be. There's also a antagonist who shows up, and I can understand why he's the antagonist, but it would just seem to me that maybe that wasn't entirely necessary, but it did take the story to where it needed to be, and there's a ticking time bomb with how the helium in the balloons is going to go out, so they need to relocate this house quickly. And overall, everything works out great as far as the story's concerned. This is the first Pixar film to use 3D, and herein lies my suggestion, folks. If you have a chance, watch this in 2D. I do not believe that the intention was to make this 3D. I think it was an afterthought pulled together when they realized how much success the other firms have been getting. So, I really doubt this was in 3D. I had my 3D glasses on. I didn't see anything particularly 3D looking. I did see 3D during the trailers, and I saw 3D logos and stuff. But when I took them off at the very end, I didn't see anything in 3D. Now, maybe I'm mistaken, but you could save your money here by watching this in 2D. So if you have a large family, please check it out in 2D. The characters of this film really make it great. Everybody's lines are tailor-made to their situation. You have the chubby merit badge collecting kid. Everything he says is very kid-appropriate. Grumpy old man. I mean, everything's correct here. You even have a great character, Doug, this dog who has a collar that allows him to talk. Again, great stuff here. Lots of moments to make you laugh. Lots of smiles. And I like the timing, I like the pacing, just everything's great. You may want to bring some Kleenexes, because let me tell you, the first 10 minutes could have been a short film in itself, and in that time, you will cry your eyes out. You will probably not expect it, so hey, if you want to look like a man afterwards, this isn't the movie for you. This is going to be a real sad movie. Up has beautiful rendering. I really like what I would call the sets, the set pieces. Everything is just so imaginative. I really believe this is the return to form for Disney and Pixar. Granted, I was not enamored with WALL-E, which I felt borrowed way too much from even Short Circuit, post-apocalyptic ideas, too preachy on consumerism, and way too much Hello Dolly. Up is directed by Pete Docter, who also did Monsters, Inc., and I believe this is the very best Pixar film to date, an instant classic, one of the very few films I've ever given my highest award 4 stars towards. The first since 2006 is The Prestige, and I've got to say, it's just awesome. If you get a chance, you definitely want to check this out. You might even go see it twice. You really can't lose with Up. Hopefully next week I'll have my video equipment up and running. Until then, or if there's some really bad news, this is going to be the format I'm sticking with. So please give me a little bit of feedback on it. Now, know that if it's up to me, this is only temporary. If you want to check out more of my thoughts, go to ncbeat.com where I have full written reviews and more. See you next time.